Welcome all of you to this next action planner session. Let us plan for tomorrow's trading. We will start with the Dow-Mantic method, and you're looking at Bank Nifty to start with. So as you all know that in Bank Nifty earlier it had told us to buy a put option. We had got into a trade, and then after that it has been a series of downward movement, but then a series of shift over opportunities basically for you to secure your profits in options. Now, these were all the places wherein you could have secured your profits. Now once the profits are secured, now you are totally risk free on this particular trade, but still hold on because the action is telling us to hold the put option. So hold your put option, wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the put option. All right, so that is what you have to do here. But then if it tells you to exit put option and later as the price goes up, and if it tells you to buy a call option, then you know that intra-week long signal is still in sell. So you have to check the Tenkai signal to decide whether to do this trade or not to do this trade. All right, so this is about Bank Nifty, but if it continues to go down, then keep shifting over whenever you find a good opportunity. That is all that you're supposed to do here. So let us check what's happening in Nifty. So this is the case of Nifty. As you know that in Nifty, as the price came down, once this intra-week zigzag breakdown happened today, that is when it told us to buy a put option. Now once you bought a put option, the price did come down. There was an opportunity for you to shift over to secure your profit, but still after that the price has recovered back. But it is still telling us to hold the put option. So hold on to it until it very clearly tells you to exit the put option. So till then you just have to wait there. So this is about Nifty, but if the price manages to go up and if it tells you to buy a call option, then you know that intraday 3 long and intra-week long, they both are still in sell. So check the Tenkai signal to decide whether to do the trade or not to do the trade. Clear all of you? So this is about Nifty and Bank Nifty as per the dynamics Dow-Mantic method. Now let us go check the same Nifty and Bank Nifty as per dynamic system level 2 trading method. Now this is Nifty, and you all know that in Nifty we are already holding a short position now. Now as we hold a short position, there is no trend edge point at the bottom. Without any trend edge point, if the price tries to move up, then we have to use range 1 or speed signal, whichever is highest, add 0.5% to that. So range 1 here is 11,324 and speed signal is 11,435. So speed signal is the highest. So let us add 0.5% to that. It is 57.58 points. You can round it up to. So it is 11,493. If the price of Nifty tomorrow trades above 11,493, only then you can think about exiting your short and getting into a long trade. But until then, simply hold on to the short positions. So this is about Nifty. Let us check what's happening in Bank Nifty. Even in Bank Nifty, as you all know that we are already holding short position, as once the price closed below this long trend, and the next day when it traded below the range 4 sell below value, that is when we got into a short trade. And you know that there is no trend edge point at the bottom, so we have to use a range 1 or speed signal, whichever is highest. Range 1 here is 21,553 and speed signal is 21,938. So let us consider speed signal and calculate 0.5%. It comes out to be 110 points. So it is 22,048. The price of Bank Nifty trades about 22,048. Only then we can exit short and get into a long trade. But until then, we can simply hold on to the short position. All right. So there's a plan for Nifty and Bank Nifty as per the Dow-Mantic method, as well as the dynamic system level 2 trading method. Now, before we move on to the dynamic superpower trading method and prepare our next action plan, if anyone has any questions or doubts till now, you can ask me. If there are no doubts, then please text me saying that there are no doubts. All right, looks like there are no doubts. So let us move on to dynamic superpower trading method now. So let me put on dynamic live. Now there's a case of Nifty here. Now in Nifty, as you all know that we are currently holding on to the short position, and we have been shifting over as and when we got opportunities to secure our profits. Now as the price came down, there is a weekly caution now at the bottom with a straddle. Now it is a C3 weekly caution as well as a C9 straddle at the bottom. And you can also see that the daily long trend has been telling us sell short, wait and act. All right, it has told us to wait. So it is not a very clear sell as far as the daily long trend is concerned in dynamic system. So we have to watch it very carefully. But then anyways, we are waiting for the better confirmation to happen. But even if the better confirmation happens, we know that this weekly caution will become very strong after the weekend. All right, because if you look at dynamic system, the weekly speed trend was somewhere at around 10,872. The price has still not come there, but then it looks as if the weekly speed trend has bent upward, but then it will confirm only by Friday. So until then, what we can do here is, if in case we get a better confirmation, to exit short and get into a long trade. Now after getting into a long trade, if the price reaches any ID3 long edge or intra-week long edge, then you can shift over. And after you shift over, if the price comes down, wait for the better confirmation itself to exit long and get into a short. All right. Now, but anyways, today, I'm sure the intraday one long signal has confirmed the buy. Yes, intraday one long signal had given as a buy. You would have got into a long trade already. Now, after getting into a long trade, as the price goes up, if it reaches any intraday 3 long signal edge point on top, then don't forget to shift over. Secure your profits in options. This is one very important thing that you have to keep in mind. Now, after that, as the price comes down, if there is once again any zigzag caution or edge point at the bottom, either in intra-week or in intraday 3, or even if it comes down and in intraday 1, if there is a long signal edge point at the bottom, if the price reaches down till this point, then it is definitely a good buying opportunity because it is supported by a weekly caution. But let's assume that if it continues to come down and if everything has confirmed a sell, including intraday 1 long, and if there is nothing at the bottom, either in ID1, ID2 or ID3, then it is again trying to focus, trying to go down further. All right. So this is how you can plan for Nifty trading. Now let us check Bank Nifty as per dynamic superpower trading method. So this is a case of this is a case of Bank Nifty here. Even in Bank Nifty, as you can see at the bottom, we have a weekly caution which is C5, and we have also started getting a C1 NMC. All right, and NDC is C11. So higher the number, stronger the caution. That is what we know. So anyways, we are waiting for the better confirmation to happen. Now you know that even intraday 1 long signal has not confirmed a buy. So there is no better confirmation yet. All right. So even in intraday 3 speed, the buy signal has not been confirmed yet. So we are waiting. So if it confirms, that is when we can exit short and get into a long trade. Now after you get into a long trade, as the price goes up, if it reaches any edge point on top, then you can shift over. But then after that, if it tries to come down, wait for better confirmation. Or if it continues to move upward, then you are in some it has some good strength to move up. All right. So there's a plan for Bank Nifty. Mr. Suresh Gurumurthy has a point here saying that there are trend edge point in Nifty, Bank Nifty in a weekly chart. Yes, there are trend edge point, but then if you're trading as per dynamic system level 2 trading method, then you know that we are not going to make use of the weekly chart yet. But if anyone is trading using dynamic system as per the NAP method, that the advanced concept which we were discussing earlier, then as per that, once it reached the weekly trend edge point at the bottom, we would have already exited at range 3. So at present, we may not have any position in place. All right. So there's a case. Mr. Nishant wants me to check GSPT. निशांत जी, ये कौन सा नया GSPT मेथड शुरू कर लिया आपने? I was just making fun. I know that it is a typing mistake, but anyways, you want me to check GMM PFA as per dynamic system direction wise. So let us check dynamic system. GMM PFA. All right, there is a script. Not enough data. Well, there's a gold run. Massive movement upward. All right. Now, as you can see here on top, we have found that there is a major caution on top, major strength, from where it has tried to reverse, but as it started reversing, the daily long trend has already given us a sell, which means the up direction has come to an end. It's over. All right, the up direction of the stock is over. Now at present, it is in a very clear in-between trend. So since it is an in-between trend, it is definitely not a good point for us to get into an investment. But once this weekly long trend also confirms a buy, it is going to get into a clear downtrend. But until then, as of now, you can see as the price, once the daily long trend confirmed a sell, the price has come down. It has managed to reach the weekly speed trend edge point at the bottom. There are chances of temporary reversals happening upward. All right. So, but as far as investment is concerned, now anyone who has invested, they should have already exited right at this point, which was on this was on 20th September, no, not 20th September, 1st September 2020, and price was at somewhere 5,500 ranges. So this is where you could have already exited it. Now Mr. Tejas wants me to check nucleus as per dynamic system direction wise. Goodness me, this is massive. All right. The vacation is coming to an end, so huge moment. All right, there is a case of nucleus. As you can see very clearly that there is a point where the long-term up direction confirmed. Now the long-term up direction confirmed on 31st July 2020, and one could have definitely invested when the price was at around 305, and from 305 it has managed to shoot up to 699 or 707 is the high it has made, and it has closed at somewhere 680 ranges today. And you can also see that right on top there has been these DMBOTS which has appeared now, wherein you could have secured at least partial profit. All right. So 50% of profit booking can be done here at these peak levels. But then the up direction will come to an end only once this daily long trend confirms a sell, which is yet to confirm the sell. So as of now, it is still in a very clear uptrend. But since the major cautions have started on top, now we have to secure our profits, start securing profits. All right, so there's a case. But then the beauty of this dynamic system, having a dynamic system, is right at this bottom, we already knew that it is time for it to reverse. Right at this bottom. Now, when was this? Now, it was on 31st March 2020 when it made a low of 156.35. All right, that is when the major cautions at the bottom confirmed. And since we see that there is a major long trend as well as DMBOTs at the bottom, we also knew that this was going to be a massive reversal. All right, big movement upward is what we can expect. All that we wanted is a confirmation to get into the trade, and we did get it. And it is a very good trade that we have got in the script. Mr. Baban wants to know, yes, सॉफ्टवेयर है क्या? हाँ बबन जी, ये एक सॉफ्टवेयर है, डायनामिक सिस्टम और डायनामिक लाइव, ये दोनों सॉफ्टवेयर है. मैंने आपका मेल भी देखा जहां पर आपने रिक्वेस्ट किया है कि जो इंट्रोडक्टरी सेशन हम करते हैं वो हिंदी में करने के लिए आपने रिक्वेस्ट किया था. तो कल से हमारा ये सेशन हिंदी में शुरू होगा, तो आपको शेड्यूल भी मिलेगा, वो टाइम भी पता चलेगा. उस टाइमिंग के हिसाब से आप सेशन ज्वाइन कर लीजिए. पूरे हिंदी में रहेगा और वर्कशॉप्स भी हिंदी में शुरू होने वाला है कल से, तो आप देख सकते हो. Rohan has a question. I mean, the data is different on the time frames. Which script are you talking about, Rohan? I didn't get your question. In the meantime, Mr. Tyagarajan wants to check Eicher Motors, a Zeal as per Daumantic method level 2. So let me open Dynamic Live. Zeal. All right, there's a case of Zeal. Even in Zeal, all right. As you can see here, it is very clearly telling us to hold the put option as of now. But then once it told us to buy a put option here, and as the price came down sharply right at the bottom, there has been a dynamic system caution wherein you could have already secured your profit, and at present you will be totally risk-free on this particular trade. So wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the put option. All right, but as of now, you are supposed to hold the put options. And Eicher Motors. Now, even in Eicher Motor, you can see that the action is telling us to hold put option. There is a point where it had told us to buy a put option, and after that, the price has managed to close on a higher note, but still just hold on to it. Wait until it very clearly tells you to exit the put option. There are chances it can dip down again. So hold on there. Rohan says we discussed that stock a while back. All right, yeah, Rohan, the GMM PFA was a stock. Yes, yes. Now I did feel that yes, the thing there, but then I'll have to check it once again. Maybe after the session, I'll just go through that if it is really updated in the higher time frame. So I'll have to check it. Mr. Sachin wants to check Federal Bank as per dynamic system direction wise. So let's check Federal Bank. All right. It is preparing for a reversal, but then let's see if it is confirmed. All right. So this is the case of a federal bank. You can see that there has been a major caution at the bottom from where it has started reversing. There's a point. Now it was somewhere on yes, March 31st March 2020. That is where right at the bottom we have got a caution from where it started reversing. But as it started reversing, the weekly long trend had also confirmed a buy. But once it confirmed a buy, after that the price has been coming down. So there are chances once the weekly caution confirmed a buy, there could have been a major caution on top. So for that, let me confirm it once with the dynamic live. Was there any major caution on top? Yes, in Federal Bank, you can see the PMC says C3. All right. So there's a point. So once this weekly long trend confirmed a buy, that is when there was also a major caution right on top. That is the reason it has not managed to move up. But from there, it has started coming down. And as it starts coming down, now it is very close to a very important point. Very important level, this one. Now it is at, what is the price? It is at 45.6. Now there's a point 45.6. All right. Now once the price comes to 45.6, that is a very crucial point. All right. If it manages to close below 45.6 on a weekend, remember it has to close below that on a weekend, on Friday, end of Friday. If that happens, then it is getting into a downtrend. It will get back into a downtrend, but or else as of now it is in an in-between trend. Okay, if it starts moving up, let this weekly speed trend confirm the buy, which will happen once the price closes above 62.81 as of now. If it closes above 62.81, you are in for some big movement upward. So that is a point where you can get in for one more investment. All right, but then as of now it is in an in-between trend, and 45.6 is a very crucial point to watch out. All right, so this is about all your favorite stock and all the three methods that we have discussed. If you have any other questions or doubts, you can text me now. If there are no doubts, then please text me saying that there are no doubts. Mr. Baban Mote wants to know, tell me about workshop. बबन जी, वर्कशॉप के बारे में पहली चीज एक ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम है जहां पर आपको फ्यूचर्स एंड ऑप्शंस ट्रेड करने, कैसे ट्रेड करें सक्सेसफुली, उसके ऊपर ट्रेनिंग होगा। ट्रेनिंग के साथ साथ ये दो सॉफ्टवेयर्स भी दिए जाएंगे, एक है डायनामिक लाइव और दूसरा है डायनामिक सिस्टम। डायनामिक लाइव जो है ये जो शॉर्ट टर्म ट्रेडिंग और रेगुलर इनकम जनरेट करने के लिए, जिसको हम डोमेटिक मेथड बुलाते हैं, उसके बारे में आपको ट्रेनिंग होगा। और इस डायनामिक लाइव में मैंने जैसे पहले भी बताया है, पूरा इंफॉर्मेशन जो है ऑटोमेटेड है, आपको बैठ के कुछ एनालिसिस करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी। इधर सब कुछ उसी के अंदर वो खुद आपको बताएगा क्या क्या ट्रेड लेना है, क्या नहीं करना है, कब एग्जिट करना है और कौन से स्ट्राइक प्राइस में काम करना है, पूरा डिटेल वो खुद बता देगा। तो उसके हिसाब से ट्रेड कैसे करें, इसका एक छोटा सा ट्रेनिंग आपको अटेंड करना पड़ेगा उसको फॉलो करने के लिए। और उसी के साथ ये डायनामिक सिस्टम नाम का दूसरा एक और सॉफ्टवेयर आपको फ्री में दिया जाएगा, जिसको रख के आप कोई भी स्टॉक या इंडेक्स में पोजिशनल ट्रेडिंग कर सकते हो। नहीं तो अगर आपको इन्वेस्टमेंट भी करना है, शॉर्ट टर्म या लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टमेंट इक्विटी सेगमेंट में, तो वो भी कर सकते हो इस डायनामिक सिस्टम को रख के। तो मेरा रिक्वेस्ट आपको ये है कि कल इसके ऊपर जो इंट्रोडक्टरी वेबिनार हम करते हैं, तो वो एक सेशन हिंदी में भी रहेगा, तो आप उस सेशन को अटेंड करो, तो उसमें पूरा डिटेल आपको पता चलेगा। और ज्वाइन करने के लिए बहुत सारे अलग अलग प्लान्स हैं सब्सक्राइब करने के लिए, तो वो सारे डिटेल्स उस सेशन में बताया जाएगा। तो आप कोई भी प्लान जो आपको कंफर्टेबल लगा तो उस प्लान को आप सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए। करते ही आपको वर्कशॉप भी अटेंड करने को मिलेगा जो हिंदी में रहेगा कल से। तो वो ट्रेनिंग लेने के बाद आप खुद अपना ट्रेडिंग शुरू कर सकते हो। ठीक है, और कुछ और डिटेल्स चाहिए तो जरूर इस नंबर पे कॉल कर दीजिए। नंबर और ईमेल आईडी अभी आपको टेक्स्ट कर देंगे चैट में, तो ये नंबर कॉन्टैक्ट डिटेल्स नोट डाउन कर लीजिए और अपने सपोर्ट टीम से बात कीजिए तो आपको क्लैरिटी मिल जाएगा इस पर। All right, looks like there are no more doubts. So gentlemen, thank you all for joining today's session. Wish you all a happy trading and wish you all great success tomorrow in your trading. So see you again in the next session. Now, when I say next session, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. Now these next action planner sessions will be shifted back to pre-opening. That is 8:30 in the morning. Now for which you will all get a mail. All right. So the session schedule will be changed, and I'm just trying to update you in advance. So anyways, thank you all for joining the session and a very good night to all of you.